To be honest, the fear of not actually doing what's really strongly on my heart is so much more scary than the fear of actually stepping in and doing it, being vulnerable, being seen in all my messy beginnings, my imperfections. So my name is Phoebe Nicholson and I am a 24-year-old Australian. Thanks for coming to hang with me. This is the beginning of R4U, the podcast, the branding development, the start of something super epic, something that's really close to my heart that I've been putting off because of so many different limiting beliefs. And you guys are going to come for the journey with me of the messy beginning to show you all that we're all regular humans. We all struggle. We don't all have it perfect to start off with, and that we can all step out of our comfort zone and create something great together. And we're going to talk about all things me today, actually. Why the heck do I want to start something like this? Why do I want to talk to travelers around the world? Why do I want to bring to light mental health conversations? And what's my mission? Why am I doing this? So I have just come back from 3 years of traveling around the world, various places. And I lived in Canada for 2 years. I traveled America. I traveled Costa Rica solo. I also then traveled Europe for the last 7 months on my own, backpacking around the place and meeting some of the most incredible people out there. I had some incredible conversations with people sitting in hammocks just like this, talking all about mental health, about travel, about community integration, about how travel can really help with mental health. So I wanted to create a platform that can give those people an opportunity to bring their voice to life and tell their amazing travel stories. There are people that backpack from the Netherlands to Nepal. There are people that paraglide in each country they go to. There are people that carry poles around as they travel and they pole dance in each city they go to. There are people that bring aerial silks. They set them up in trees as they travel around the place. There are people that play basketball in every single unique old basketball court as they travel across the place. And every single person has done something the same. They've all been able to overcome the fear or the limiting beliefs that they thought would stop them. And you too are probably having these beliefs, and I'm going to make it available to you to realize you can also have this lifestyle. So one really big realization I had over the last 3 years of full-time travel is that the different types of lifestyles out there, the different ways of living. Because when you grow up in a certain way, you think that that's all that is expected of you. That's all that's possible. And for me, that was the social pressures of completing school, getting top grades so that you can get into university, so that you can continue to progress in a career, 9 to 5, work hard, work your way up the ladder, be successful in that business, make so much money, make a family, have homes. And that was how you lived. And then I realized that's not the only option. There are people that do seasonal work long term. They live in one country, then they travel to the next. There are people that take the whole summers off. They work all winter, then they go and live on an island in Greece, and that's their entire lifestyle. There are people that also value so many different things in life. In Australia, I feel like a lot of pressures and things that are put on young people is the idea that a lot of our worth is from our career. And that puts so much stress on my shoulders, and I know it does for a lot of my friends' shoulders as well, is, oh, you must get a career to make money and then you're worthy. And that's really not the case. When you start to really sit with yourself and sit with what actually makes you happy, you realize that self-worth can only come from yourself. And as long as you stay calm in the process of actually stepping towards things you want to do without holding yourself back because of limiting beliefs, you start to run. You start to realize all of the beautiful things out there that are possible. So sometimes people say to you, oh, you just need to follow your heart. And there are days where I think, how can I follow a heart that doesn't even know what direction it wants to go in? I know there's something burning in me, but I have no idea what the big picture looks like. And the thing is, all we have to do is focus on our next step. Do what most excites you every step of the way. And if that means making a messy video podcast, then that's what we do. Because it's a learning process. And if you focus on how far you have to run, it might feel overwhelming to you. But if you focus on one step, one little task at a time, and celebrating those little steps, you're going to feel super clear on what your trajectory is looking like. So one thing I think that really helps with stepping out of your comfort zone is having the inner comfort in knowing that you have got yourself. You're going to back yourself no matter what situation you put yourself in, whether that might be putting yourself out there in a vulnerable state, whether that might be asking for help, whether that is stepping out of your comfort zone, traveling alone. No matter what happens in life, as life gives you these hits and makes you snap back into reality and limiting beliefs, you have got yourself. And the thing is, when you really have that self-belief, you stop thinking, I need people to help. I need people to tell me I'm doing the right thing. I need people to give me that support. And of course, I'm not discounting how much it is important to ask for help and lean on your community of people. But I'm saying, when you have this self-love and self-belief, you realize that absolutely anything can become possible. And how amazing is it going to feel when you look back and you realize that all along all your dreams were possible? And how absolutely heartbreaking would it be to look back and realize you could have done it and you didn't? And that's what I'm scared of. Looking back, realizing that I could have done it and I didn't. So over the last 3 years, I've had some pretty incredible experiences. That's an understatement. But to the point where my Instagram looked like I was absolutely living the dream. And the thing that you didn't see behind the scenes was the tears on the bus alone as I'm traveling through Europe. The nights where I was feeling quite lonely, having a gorgeous wine in an amazing romantic restaurant alone because I was traveling on my own. The nights that I missed my best friends, the nights that I missed my parents, the nights that I wish I had my home to go back to. That's the stuff people don't see, and the realities of travel, the financial struggles of travel, but the financial realities and availabilities of travel as well. And these are all the conversations that I want to have in front of the camera with people to make it more accessible, to make it a reality for more people who think, oh, I could never, I wish I could do what you could do. You can. And we're going to be having conversations around how that's possible for all people. Focusing on how it can help with self-actualization, self-development, mindset work, and all around how travel can help with mental health conversations. So I'm going to be talking to so many inspirational people, and you're going to want to hear the conversations.